Stop it. I'm not going to do that.
Oh,
Okay. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. And do you know? Stop it. Just stop it. Let me tell you, I got up this morning. Jeremy woke me up this morning earlier than he should have.
mm.
And what happened was I said, wow, I am going to renegotiate. I, I would, I would like to have
Laser lights.
2
She
days
wants.
off.
She wants more. She wants more. More of the laser lights during the show
2
and all of
days
the.
off
Yes,
a
that's what she
week.
wants.
2 days off a week, Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday.
Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think we should go
And
with
I
the
work
laser
Friday.
lights idea.
Oh, he's shaking his head. My goodness. Well, if we voted, me and Scott would vote because I've already lobbied for his vote. So it would be a tie.
Mm-hmm.
So we would need to bring in the wives to break the tie.
I thought Eddie had veto power.
He does. But then Alice has veto over him. You see. Wait. Oh my God. And over the weekend, this is what I did. Because you're going to ask everybody, what did you do? What did you do? And I never do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Over the weekend, because cruising is such a calmer for me, Scott, you would love this. Love it. I got all 5 of us, 2 adults, 3 kids, in the yacht club.
Nice.
You would like that. But
she went window shopping.
And he said no. And then me and Grace looked at him like, but it's all 5 of us.
But it's $9,000. Good morning, everybody, and welcome into Go Live Together. We are your morning team for Cruise and Travel. I am Jeremy. This is Cheryl, and scattered still on the screen somehow. Okay. So up top we have Eddie and Scott. Good morning, gentlemen. How was your weekend?
Yeah, mine was good. I installed my bees.
Yes.
Installed 2 packages, which is 2 separate colonies into 2 separate hives and 2 separate yards that I have near the Maryland border, the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. It's about 30-40 minutes from where I live. So so I did all that. It all went perfectly. Although I vlogged it, and halfway through the vlog, my camera fell over, and I was this thing here, the Pixel 8 Pro. It fell over, and for whatever reason, the camera went out of focus after it fell over, and I was unaware until after it was all done. So I'm really bummed. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should release it as a video and just kind of apologize in the beginning for the blurriness or what I should do. I don't know what I'm going to do, but otherwise, that's basically what I did this weekend. So
yeah, Eddie, I was telling Scott before the show, I was going to call him sometime this weekend, but I'm like, no. Let me not make him wreck his car and have bees coming in swarming him from the trunk or whatever. Yeah, we kind of let Scott make it this weekend because we knew he was dealing with live bees and whatever. So Eddie, how was your weekend? What did you do other than I know that you were like a lizard.
Oh man, Friday night after our live.
Wait, did somebody say lizard?
Lizard, yes.
Friday night after the live, me and Alice stayed till late, and since I slept so much the day before, I couldn't sleep that well. So when was it? Saturday night. I got up we went to bed about 10. I got up around 2 in the morning, and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I was awake till about 7:30 Sunday morning. Then I went to sleep, got up at 11,
Mhm.
and I tried to stay up as much as I could. So I couldn't take a nap or anything, so I could sleep better last night. And then last night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I was awake again, and I said, nope, I'm staying in bed no matter what.
Right.
I can sleep. But it was a rough week. Even though it was a rough weekend, it was a very relaxing weekend also.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not really complaining about it. I just today I'll take a little nap a little later, so and do some stuff. So, but I don't want to sleep a 5 or 6 hour nap, because then tonight it's gonna be frantic. So,
Yeah.
a couple hours and that's it.
Yep. Well, that'll work. Well, good morning, hashtag Team Replay. Thank you so much for coming into the show. Hope you are doing well wherever it is that you may be watching us from. But for those of you that are in here right now, good morning and welcome in. Yo, 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 Brooklyn in house. Hit that like button. I wish I took a nap yesterday. Eddie Lugo Studios has made it into the chat. Good morning.
And guess what? I want to say this too. Scott's going to get bad weather. I saw it on the Weather Channel.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting it. We're getting it already. It's like
Really?
it is heavy downpours for the next 3 days, continuously, nonstop, all day, all night. A better than 90% chance. They're calling for a lot of heavy rain, tons of flash flood warnings.
Mhm.
It's going to be rough.
Yeah.
Also in the Tennessee area up there, they're supposed to be getting a lot of tornadoes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
see,
I saw
watching
Jim
it because-
Cantore this morning talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, and on top of that too, it's not warm, right? It's like just warm enough for it to rain.
Mm-hmm.
So like lows are like 37, 38 degrees, and then it's getting up to like 43 in the during the day or whatever. So it's just warm enough for it to rain, but cold on top of all of that. So
yep. And then up in Dallas and
Where our
Oklahoma,
family
it
is,
is calling for heavy hail storms.
Yeah, lots and lots of terrible weather. But the beacon, the silver lining is that my wife, we were sitting here in the living room last night. I was rewatching The Sopranos, right? Because The Sopranos is one of my favorite shows. I was rewatching The Sopranos, and my wife asked me, she said to me, have you seen the weather for when we are in Cartagena, Colombia? And I said, no, I haven't. I was like, is it going to be raining or what? She's like, no. She's like, but the feels like temperature for the day that we're there is 103 degrees.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
I pray for Beth. She is
Right.
going to be so uncomfortable.
103. I cannot wait to experience that.
Because you're gonna be near the equator.
Yes. I was like 103. You're kidding me. In the shade.
You better put a hat on.
It's supposed to be 95 degrees in the shade.
It sucks.
Sounds yummy.
Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Now, the bad part about that is she will have the air conditioning in the cabin turned as low as it possibly can, and probably asking the cabin steward for a supplemental air conditioner.
Yes.
Quick cool.
To try to, make frost form on the walls of the cabin.
That's right. Traveling with Tinkerbell has made it in. Good morning.
Hey, Tinker. We just haven't talked to each other over the weekend. Well, Scott was busy, so he only sent out not the usual amount of TikTok. So
no, he was busy.
So we didn't get that Scott, over the weekend. So we're catching up.
Oh man. And I woke up tired.
Oh, he did send out one that we gave to the family. And
yeah, we had to pass that one on.
Yeah, we did. Oh my God, the cheese and the rats.
Yeah,
Eddie sent the rat one, right?
Oh, you did.
Oh, that was
Eddie.
him.
Eddie sent the rat one. with the
I
pizza.
understand. Yeah, I don't understand.
That was funny.
Yeah,
That was
we sent that on to our family chat because our granddaughter was down in Texas for the weekend, and she said,
"Here, look what you're missing."
Yeah, she saw that, and she said that just messed up her whole day.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Traveling with Tinkerbell has made it in. Good morning. Happy April Fool's Day, everyone. Sunny Florida State, 5 days till Cruise Day. Today I have a live show with a guest at 7 p.m. See you all there.
Yeah, we know who the guest is because you read it. Okay. But it wasn't April. I just want to clear this up. It wasn't April Fool's when I said I would like to have Monday and Tuesday off. I just want that to be put out there.
I think Tinkerbell just now opened up the whole mystery here. Happy April Fool's Day, y'all. That was a good one.
No.
That was a good one. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. Good morning.
Reinforcements have arrived from the north.
That's right, baby.
Easter was a real good Easter yesterday. I knew you guys were doing something with the church, volunteering at the church. Yeah. So.
Scott Smith has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yep, driving and listening, and it looks like gas prices is going up in Canada also. It says gas prices have jumped to $2.33 a gallon.
Oh, that's nothing.
No, that's a liter.
Ours is $2.87. Oh no, it's $1.45 a liter.
You say it's a liter.
Yep.
Yeah, but he messed up when he put the gallon.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you add 145, you got to do that 4 times to make a gallon. So there's a number not quite right there.
Because that's
$2.33 a gallon. That's cheap.
Even down here on gas, it's cheap.
It's cheap because here it's like $2.89.
Yeah.
It's $2.89.
Well, here it is $3.79.
Yeah. Leonard,
like 329 here, 349, something like that.
Leonard Family Fun has made it in with the National Day of the Day.
Okay, come on, let's go.
And it says Happy National IEP Writing Day. And IEP stands for Individualized Education Programs. National Tomfooleries Day.
Oh, this is National Tomfoolery Day.
Yeah, it is. National Sourdough Bread Day.
Oh, my favorite.
National 1 Cent Day.
I got a bunch of those because I save pennies.
And National Take Down Tobacco Day.
I don't smoke, so that doesn't concern me.
So you were an active participant in the taking down of the tobacco?
No, I don't care who smokes. It doesn't bother me. It's just that I don't smoke.
We got some noises coming from your side, Eddie.
He knows. He
okay,
said he knows.
We got you. All right. Matthew Whittington has came in. Good morning.
Good morning. Have you been on any cruises out of New Orleans?
It says Happy April.
Yes, Happy April to you.
Bamanola Adventures is in the house. Good morning.
Good morning.
Bama
I think Eddie is I think Eddie is making TikToks.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Sampling music for TikToks or
I
whatever.
know, right?
He's obsessed.
Aha. Put it down. That's the show, man.
Yep. I knew it. I knew that's what he was doing.
You come start doing something here.
I knew that's what he was doing. Created a monster.
Yep. I know. He's going off with these TikToks, man. He really is. I love it.
And I want to tell you, Bama's family is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever seen it.
Except for Bama.
Okay. Captain Billy J. Travels has made it in. Hello. Welcome in.
Look at that guy here. I'm telling you.
Followed by none other than Kathy Mills. Hello.
Good
welcome
morning,
in.
Kathy.
Good morning.
Will G. working and listening.
Good morning.
I'm still trying to get over the 2.0 is months away.
I know, right? Elizabeth has made it in with a happy April Fool's Day. It is fresh on her mind. So, Scott, watch your behind.
Hey,
She already said to me this morning. She's like, I put in a bid for Yacht Club, and we got it. And I was like, get out of here.
Yeah. That's not good. That's not good. Straight out the gate. All right. Cruising with Keith. Good morning. It says, good morning, everyone. Scott, I bought the DJI Action 4 Adventure Combo. Thank you for suggesting that camera.
Yeah! You're going to love that camera, man.
Now you can send it down the zip line through the jungles of Nicaragua. There we go. Bama says, Cheryl, you can't take 2 days off because the show can't survive without you. You are the glue that holds everyone together.
No, these guys.
Bam!
Bama.
And plus, it's her show.
He's from Louisiana.
Plus, it's her show. This is her concept, y'all.
He's
Boom.
from Louisiana.
Boom. Yeah, see, here we go. Captain Billy J, $9,000. You just have to buy a few less things on Temu. So we can
I don't deal with Timu.
yeah, we could put your Temu orders on hold for the next 5 years. We might be able to save up for the yacht club.
No, but this is what I
Listen, when we were in Yacht Club last time, we paid $2,500 for an interior yacht club, and then we paid $500 to upgrade to a deluxe balcony while we were on board, which was substantially less than what the price of that cabin type would have been. So total, we paid $3,000, right? Extremely reasonable. Now we're going to be in Yacht Club in October. We paid $6,000 for that, right? I'm still having a coronary over it.
Terrible.
Okay? There is absolutely no way I would ever. I mean, I'm still, like I said, still having a really hard time swallowing that $6,000. But it's my wife's 50th birthday. She only turns 51. So I'm doing it, right? But $9,000? Oh, no.
All 5 of us.
No way.
It's kids in the yacht club.
Yeah.
What kind of perfect storm are you asking for?
Yeah. I mean, there's absolutely
Our
nothing
kids.
in yacht. Yeah, nothing in Yacht Club that the kids would even.
They wouldn't like it.
No.
Hannah would love it.
Hannah would. Gracie might come around.
There's not even anything in Yacht Club for them, right? So you would end up having to take them over into Gen Pop anyway.
Yes.
Gen Pop.
Gen Pop. Hands up for Gen Pop.
No.
Yes. We love it. Controversial Cruising. Good morning. Go live together. Cruise.
What's up? Good morning.
Hello. Welcome in. And we also got, here we go. Elizabeth says, we'll be back in Miami to visit the iguanas on Saturday. Cheryl, Scott can ship one to you.
No, don't want it.
Boom.
Oh,
there they go. There they go.
Either way I go, because I'm watching.
You're going to see it on the TV regardless. Yes.
TV. Oh my God.
Hey, Marjorie made it back. Hello. Welcome in.
Marjorie. Good morning.
Good morning. Toto Talamo has made it back. Hello. Welcome in.
You know, the funny thing is those iguanas were on the sidewalk, literally just a stone's throw from our hotel.
Yep.
Which is the Intercontinental down on Bayside. So we might see him again.
Oh, you know what?
Elizabeth says, I've got the cooling towels ready, Cheryl.
I know that's right.
Yep.
Oh.
And here's an update from Captain Billy J. Scott will be wearing the parka in 103-degree weather.
103 degrees is like absolutely wonderful. I cannot wait to experience that. So my wife has already been saying to me about how she thinks she needs to. I mean, she already overpacks anyway, and now she feels like she really needs to overpack because she said she might need like 3 changes of clothes in a single day.
Oh God, yes.
You know, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. I mean, I see why. Cruising with Keith says 103, and Scott will still put the heat on. LOL.
Oh yeah, right. Elizabeth, let me tell you, we went to Honduras with my in-laws, and it was so hot. It was like in the hundreds. So hot, I left everybody. I didn't say goodbye. I'm going back to the ship. I went a beeline.
Mahogany Bay.
Yeah. Now our last stop on this cruise will be Roatan, Honduras, where I think it'll be a more reasonable 87 degrees.
Well, here's Leonard Family Fun, and she is speaking for everybody here in the South. Here it is. Come to Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, and you can get this right here. Around the end of May, all of June through mid-September, you can get 103 all day, every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Now listen, you can get that hot here. Listen, one time, right? Like last summer, Jeremy called me one time on a video call, and there I was sitting outside right up against the brick in the front of my house being baked by the brick.
Yep.
It was wonderful. And it was probably close to 90 degrees that day or whatever. It was so nice, so wonderful. I was just sitting out there enjoying myself.
Yeah, but that's a rarity. Like if you want that almost year round, you got to come really south of Dallas.
Yeah.
And then you'll have it automatically for free. Midlife Travels. Hello, welcome in.
Good morning.
Scott, the humidity down here and the humidity up north, it's not the
Way
same.
different. Yeah,
But it gets humid here though, right?
it feels
Yes, I
dry.
know. Yeah, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yep. Will G says been there many times and I don't remember it ever getting that hot.
Mm.
It's gonna be crazy.
That's what you're used to Texas. When you live in the south, you're used to all that heat. Go live in up north for a few years, and then go to south, and you feel the difference.
You know, Scott, Eddie has had CapCut for a long time, but never really took full advantage of the expanded use of CapCut, which is TikTok. And now we have pretty much begged him to get on TikTok. Now he's on TikTok and IG, and he can't stop going. I mean, really, I love his edits.
He is a TikTok machine.
Yes. Carmelin for the win. Carmen has
Hey,
been. Hello.
I
Welcome
watched you
in.
over the weekend. I watched her over the weekend. I watched a lot of people.
We did. We did a lot of consuming instead of producing over the weekend.
Yeah.
We were just sitting around. I'm serious. It was an interesting weekend to say the very least.
She's real pretty.
Cruising with Calandra. Good morning.
Good morning.
And
Well, I will tell you that yesterday, one thing I did, it was like I think like 4:20, 4:30, something like that. And I went and made some coffee. I come back to the living room, and Alice says to me, I thought you were going outside. I said, you know what? It sounds like a good idea. So I went outside. What did I do out there? A bunch of TikToks and stuff.
Yep. I would have. Captain Billy J says, hashtag no days off, Cheryl.
And I thought me and you had a connection.
I know, right? Yep. This is where you find out where your friends are.
Oh my
Facebook
God.
user came in the house. Good morning from the Cruise Nuts.
Hey, Cruise Nuts. I can't wait to cruise with you.
I know. That's going to be fun.
October coming up.
Let's see
my cheeks are gonna laugh even more.
But that's all right. When that tequila hits you, Eddie and I will have our cameras up for real. And we got to find out what the tequila dance looks like versus the sangria dance because we know not the difference. We got to see what's going on with that. Midlife Travels has came in with the gas price $3.30 in Southeast Oklahoma.
Wow.
And it's headed our way right along with the weather.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, our gas here is always the high. Pennsylvania has the highest gas tax out of all the states. Every state has a gas tax, but ours is the highest.
Mhm.
And they've actually just lowered ours. The legislature voted, and the governor signed the bill to lower it. It had been 76 cents on the gallon. And now I think it's 62 cents, but we still have the highest gas tax in any out of all the states.
Mhm.
So our average price around here right now is about $3.79 a gallon.
Midlife Travels. It is 67 degrees here with the chance of storms tonight and tomorrow. High today is 78 degrees.
Yeah. We saw
y'all are about to get it.
Yeah, we saw the weather in Oklahoma too.
Real bad.
Well, we've already actually reached our high, and it is currently 47 degrees.
Nice.
I would love
I wish it was 47 here.
Me too. I wish it was here.
Well, today in Galveston, let's see, we have not only a visitor in town today, but we got some pretty nice weather to go along with it.
It's hot.
As well. If you are here and sailing away on this beautiful vessel this morning, we're waking up to 70 degrees Fahrenheit with 97% humidity, 19 mile an hour winds, and windy. Let's see if you are sailing away, your sail away forecast today is as follows. It is going to be 75 degrees with 87% humidity and cloudy and 15 mile an hour winds. Oh.
And just because it's cloudy doesn't mean it's cool.
I know, right? Tomorrow is light thunderstorms and rain with 28-mile-an-hour winds. Oh my God. This is crazy. Okay, so where are the rest of the ships? That's a profound question, and there's a lot of them at sea here. We got at sea, the Carnival Dream, the Jubilee, the Disney Magic, and the Harmony of the Seas. In port today is, of course, the Voyager of the Seas here. The Regal Princess is in Antigua. The Norwegian Prima is in Harvest Cape, Belize, and the Carnival Breeze is in Cozumel, Mexico.
I even looked at the Jubilee because on Friday night, they were talking about the wings being available at Street Eats.
Street Eats, yeah.
And I said, wow. So we've missed that new conversion that they've done on Carnival, you know.
Yeah, we didn't tell y'all. Wings will get us to book a cruise.
Yeah.
Let us know where the good wings are. We are there.
So that's what I looked at. I looked at the Jubilee, but then my heart said, why would I pay for something?
And then she went to MSC and window shopped a yacht club for 5 people, including our crazy kids.
Right.
Cruising on the high seas and travel has made it in. Good morning. Okay, we got a weather update from Mike and Rihanna. It is 32 degrees here and sunny with a high of 53 today. Tomorrow we are going to be in the high 60s. That'll work. It's warming up for y'all.
I just need it.
Hey, it's a Cruise Life. Good morning and happy Easter to everybody.
Yes. Good morning.
Yep. Okay, so we are all caught up in the chat again, and everybody knows what that means. It's time for me to go bananas. And welcome to Jeremy Goes Bananas, a segment of the show where I attempt to read what happened on this day in history. Today is Monday, April 1st. And on this day in 1578, English physician William Harvey, who discovered the true nature of the circulation of the blood, was born in Folkestone, Kent.
So before that, they just thought the blood was just in your body or what?
Just floating all around and not really doing too much. In 1815, Otto von Bismarck, the founder and first chancellor of the German Empire, was born. In 1917, American composer and pianist Scott Joplin, who was known as the king of ragtime at the turn of the 20th century, died in a mental institution in New York City. In 1918, the United Kingdom's Royal Air Force was formed. In 1924, Adolf Hitler was sentenced to 5 years in prison for his role in the beer hall putsch. He immediately served only 9 months, during which time he wrote much of the Mein Kampf, My Struggle. In 1930, Josef von Sternberg's Der Blue Engel, The Blue Angel, was released in Germany, and the classic film made Marlene Dietrich a star.
That was a close one there, boy.
I know.
Yeah,
I struggled through it, but go ahead and give me one.
Okay.
Bananas. Thank you. In 1945, U.S. troops landed on the Japanese island of Okinawa during World War II. In 1954, the United States Air Force Academy was created by an act of Congress and was later built in Colorado Springs, Colorado. In 1976, Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne formed Apple Computer Inc., and it became one of the world's leading tech companies. Eddie, you good? Wait a minute. Let me check in on the people. There's a lot of sounds in the background. Okay, very good. In 1979, following overwhelming support in a national referendum, Ruhollah Khomeini declared Iran an Islamic Republic, and it marked the end of the Iranian Revolution. In 1984, American singer and songwriter Marvin Gaye, whose notable works included a concept album, What's Going On, was shot and killed by his father in Los Angeles.
Who's on drugs?
In 2001, the mid-air collision of U.S. spy plane and a Chinese fighter jet that was tailing it over the South China Sea resulted in the death of the Chinese pilot and the landing of the damaged American plane on Hainan Island, where its crew was detained for 11 days. In 2001, the Netherlands became the first country to grant equal marriage rights to same-sex couples. And I didn't realize that in this, but in 2004, Google launched Gmail. And 5 years later, the number of people using the email service surpassed 1 billion. I didn't even know Gmail was that young. I didn't. Because before then, I was using Yahoo.
I still use Yahoo.
I still use Yahoo.
But I quickly got away from that.
Yahoo's my spam email. Whenever I, when I think somebody's going to sell my email address or share it or something like that or whatever, I just give my Yahoo one.
I'm Gmail all the way. In 2018, American television producer Stephen Bochco, the Bochco,
Law and Order,
the co-creator of such hit shows as Hill Street Blues, LA Law, and NYPD Blue, died at the age of 74.
He put out some good shows.
And today, April Fool's Day, celebrated today with joking relationships and practical jokes, may have grown out of the medieval Feast of Fools, which was held on January 1st. So we could have it all wrong. We're supposed to be celebrating on New Year's Day.
You know what I should do? This is just Cheryl being a good mom. I'm gonna go and tell the kids, wake up, I cooked breakfast for you. Get up.
My God.
And then I'm gonna say April Fools.
Yeah. And that will do it for Jeremy Goes Bananas. Yeah, you try to get beat up by Hannah.
Right.
That's what it is. Will G, 72 degrees in Central Texas. Okay, well, here's another possibility. Mike Cruz may not person here. Cruising on the high season travel. I have another cruise and the possibility works and waiting to see if it going to happen or not. But I have a bad feeling it won't work. Okay, here we go. Captain Billy J has a message for you, babe.
What?
Cheryl should window shop for her and the kids. Less than $9,000, then a savings.
You know,
I kind of agree with him. With the captain. Hard to say, but yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah, less.
I mean, I'm sorry about 9,000. It's
substantially less.
It's a car.
Substantially less.
I don't know. So many things you could do with it.
I mean, I have a certain number, of when we're window shopping for cruises. I have a certain number that baby automatically knows it's a yes. It's an automatic. We're going, So, and 9,000 is not that number. So, Bama Nola says, Mustard Drill, come down to Nola. It's 75 right now, and the high today of 84.
Oh.
Wow. It will not be 84 degrees where I live until mid to late June.
And then Midlife Travels has a cruise countdown, 131 days until our first back-to-back cruise.
Careful what you wait for, Scott.
Back. Okay. Yep. Cruising on the high season travel says, yes, Captain Billy J. Cheryl should window shop for a cruise. Absolutely. But not.
Rob, you're not helping.
I know. Leonard Family Fun. I remember when the
Rob
breaking
talks
news
to himself, so I'm not listening.
In the chat. Yeah, he does. Leonard Family Fun. I remember the breaking news when Marvin was killed. I was 10 years old. Love his music.
Yes, and I went to see him in concert. So I'm a little older than you.
And here we go. Leonard Family Fun. Ooh, me and Bobby booked a Mardi Gras 9-day cruise. Just have to wait a mere 577 days.
Ouch.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes, Tinker, we did, and I actually played the news clip on our Friday night live.
Yeah.
House of X Entertainment Inc. has made it in. Hey, what's up, fellas?
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, if you want to know how Leo's birthday cruise went, just stay tuned to the channel.
Alike, they had fun.
Yeah, man.
It was a party.
And to add on to Tinkerbell's question about that travel agent, you know, we looked her up and read the whole entire comment that she left.
Yes.
And she is curt, to say the very least, to tag on to our conversation from previous weeks. She is very curt with her post and everything. And she ended it by saying, "This is my last public post. All other communications will be made through my lawyer."
Yeah.
And that was it. No more post after that.
Well, I mean, like when I ran the news story Friday night, I mean, just even from that story, you could tell what happened.
Yeah.
Right. She took everybody's money. Right. She was using a service. So that was the other thing too, right? She was using a third-party service to just simply process payments, right? Almost kind of like PayPal or something like that or whatever, where it was just, accepting payments from people and depositing into an account she had that she could then transfer to any bank account she wanted. So you could tell that that's clearly what she did. She just simply, scammed everybody out of that money. So,
yep. Leonard Family Fun has another message for you.
Okay.
Or it's actually for me. She says, okay, so Sheryl will come up with a valid reason the 9K trip is reasonable. Part of the woman is sometimes it takes a minute to develop a defense. Be patient and be ready.
Yeah.
And, I'm already ready for this. I told her if God drops $9,000 in our laps or we receive a cash infusion, I could
say all of that.
I could do that. But then you know what I would do is call Scott from the muster drill and see if he can work some of his muster drill magic and get us in yacht club and still be able to use the savings to be able to fly to the port or do something, out of the 9K. I make allowances for it. I do, because you never know how the Lord might want to move.
I just knew the people in the chat were going to be on my side.
You definitely got Tanisha on your side. That is for sure. And with that, we will let.
I am always on your side, Sheryl, but not this time.
I know, right?
So I can have 2 days off.
No,
I got your back on a lot of stuff. You know that, right? But not on this one.
No, I think it's
$9 grand. No way.
No. All right. We are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for Scott to bring us the cruise and travel industry news.
Morning cruise news with Scott and $9,000.
Carnival's logistical challenges to switch home port to Norfolk. I say, no, don't do it. In the wake of the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which led to the temporary closure of the Port of Baltimore, Carnival Cruise Lines has announced a significant operational shift. The cruise line will be moving its operations from Baltimore to Norfolk, Virginia, impacting the travel plans of thousands of passengers, mainly on upcoming voyages aboard the Carnival Pride and Legend. The port challenges is an immediate result of the bridge collapse caused by the collision of the cargo ship that lost power on March 26, leaving the cruise and the cargo ship scrambling to adjust schedules to avoid the off-limits Baltimore waterways. John Heald, Carnival Cruise Line's brand ambassador, details the extensive efforts under the way to ensure a smooth transition. I must, of course, let guests know who are already booked on their next few cruises on the Carnival Legend and the Carnival Pride that we are due to leave and return from Baltimore. Know that the Beards are going to be letting you know early next week what will be happening and how we will, of course, take great care of you. I realize how anxious you are to know, so please let me promise you we will be providing you with all the information very soon, he added. As passengers are eager to learn what the move to Norfolk means for their upcoming cruises, Heald explained the efforts being made that involve coordinating with local authorities and service providers, from pier space to security staff and provisions. You can at the very least expect the possibility of your car being broken into.
Mm.
The logistical challenges of moving large cruise ships from Baltimore to Norfolk are immense. Carnival had planned to work closely with the Port of Norfolk to secure necessary resources such as pier space, linemen, porters, and pilots. Additional staff for check-in and security arrangements for fuel and fresh water supplies, and coordinating with the United States Customs and Border Protection for debarkation procedures are just a few of the operational hurdles. Heald specified some of the logistical challenges, including arranging for tankers to take off fuel. 2,000 people have been left behind during their cruise, and reticketing thousands plus crew members who were supposed to be replacing the crew going on vacation in Baltimore to join and depart from Norfolk. So passengers are for passengers, the shift also means adjusting travel plans. The distance between Norfolk and Baltimore is significant, requiring approximately a 4-hour drive between two states separated by the expansive District of Columbia metro area. For those wishing to fly an hour in length, nonstop flights are being offered between the two cities aboard Southwest Airlines. Passengers are left wondering if they will need to foot the bill for additional travel expenses as Carnival reviews the necessary requirements to relocate the home port within days of the tragedy. Heald will add that Carnival is organizing buses to offer free transportation from Baltimore to Norfolk for passengers who need it. This could include passengers aboard Carnival Legend, which set sail from Baltimore 2 days before the bridge collapse. So it says here, Port of Baltimore, known for its central location and that appeals to drive-in passengers, previously allowed many travelers to conveniently arrive by car. Now, with the shift to Norfolk, those who drove will need to reconsider the logistics of returning to Baltimore for their vehicles. Additionally, passengers who initially flew into the area must rebook their flights from Norfolk International Airport. So it's a complete total nightmare. So most of that stuff occurred yesterday when it returned to Baltimore or to Norfolk. It was supposed to return to Baltimore. So most of that happened yesterday. But definitely night and day difference, not only for the port and parking and getting there, but I've sailed from Baltimore many times. It's a fairly smooth process. Both on both lines, Carnival and Royal Caribbean, getting on, off, really, pretty easy. And your car is literally right there. I mean, you just walk right out and there's your car. And the highway is also right there. 95 is literally right up to the edge of the parking lot. So you're just right back on the highway and going to wherever you need to go. Norfolk, completely different ball game. And all I can say is I pity everyone who's booked on a Carnival cruise, including my clients. I have a lot of clients who were scheduled to go on the Legend, and I'm hoping that everything gets straightened out so that they can go out of Baltimore. But it's starting to look more and more like they will end up having to make the trip to Norfolk. So moving on, again, a kind of a companion story follow-up. Homeport change impacts Carnival's drink package. With damage from the bridge in Baltimore keeping the port closed, cruise traffic, Carnival Cruise Lines had to quickly reroute the Carnival Legend, which was homeported in Baltimore, from where it has been alternating between Eastern and Eastern Caribbean and Bahamian itineraries. The cruise line decided that the best option would be to temporarily relocate to Virginia. And the caveat is that the ship will not be able to offer the Cheers drink package while in Virginia waters. So guests sailing on Carnival's Legend next voyage, which is a 7-night Eastern Caribbean, beginning yesterday, March 31st, had been informed that the Cheers package won't be available until the second day of the cruise, and that they will be given a prorated refund for the lost day. Our temporary shift in operations from Baltimore to Norfolk for the cruise, for the Carnival Legend, necessitates a slight modification in how we implement the Cheers program. We cannot offer Cheers benefit while on the waters under the Commonwealth of Virginia's jurisdiction. Therefore, we will not offer Cheers benefits on the first day of your cruise. You will be issued a 1-day prorated refund according to your original source of payment. On embarkation day, guests will still be able to purchase an a la carte drink from bars once on board, but these will not be part of the drink package. The reason for the service disruption is Carnival's drink package is unclear, but the guests can be rest assured that the remainder of the cruise will not be impacted. A follow-up to that is that they actually have to purchase a license from the Commonwealth of Virginia. And since they did not know about this until last notice, they did not have the opportunity to purchase that. The article does not go into that, but that is something that I am aware of. So they were unable to do that. Hopefully they'll be able to work that out in future sailings, and they'll be able to offer Cheers on the first day. So it says here, similarly, it is not yet known if the Carnival Legend's final 2 sailings before moving to Europe for the summer, which were supposed to be based out of Baltimore, will also be impacted. Again, it'll be up to Carnival as to whether or not they want to purchase those licenses from Virginia. So like many cruise lines, Carnival offers its own drink package to enjoy on board. So the Carnival's cheer package includes 15, just 15, really? Only 15? Wow, that doesn't seem like a lot of non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages per person per day. Passengers have to be over 21, of course. So it says here the cruises are... So for cruises that are 5 nights or less, the Cheers program can be purchased for $69.95 per person per day, or $74.95 per person per day once on board. For longer sailings, the pricing begins at $59.95 per person per day when purchased online before the cruise.
And that's the way the news goes.
That's right, baby.
Mary Lou.
Yeah, Mary Lou made it in. Hello, welcome in.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can't stop walking but love mowing and cruising has
Good
made it
morning.
in. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, Anthony on the Move made it in too.
Welcome.
And
Lucky.
hang on. Yeah, Lucky's at it, but I can't find it.
Hey,
We got
a super chat.
from you
And you.
and you.
Thank you.
Hey, look, it was Jeremy and Tina.
With bad hair. But you know, Scott, like I was telling you, we watched a lot of vlogs yesterday. One that caught our attention that really put Jeremy in a tensy
It did.
was this lady. I can't think of her name, but we did.
I know her name, but I'm not going to put her on blast here. Anyway, it's a cruise creator who went on and on and on for 45 minutes talking about how the drink package on Carnival
on Princess
on Princess does not kick in until the following day. Travel agents and your Carnival PVP should tell you about this, or even you should know about this, is that the drink package, whenever you leave out of Texas, does not kick in the first day. You have to pay for all of your drinks if you want to drink on the first day. You also don't pay for the drink package on the first day, so there should really be no conversation around it. If you're not paying for it, you shouldn't therefore complain about it.
Oh, she complained about it for 2 days.
It was a long video about how
2 days.
unfair it was that Princess charged her this much money for these amount of drinks. And it's like, yeah, it is fair because your PVP or your travel agent should know this, number one, and because we saw it all through the training. You know, it's there.
And they upselled her to the premium.
Yeah,
plus.
the premium package. So it's like, hey,
Oh,
you
she was
should have been
upset.
told. You should have been told.
Another thing too is a lot of people don't realize sometimes when you're in these U.S. based ports as well, if the drink package for some reason is available, you have to pay tax on the drink, right? So it's a smaller amount. So like for instance, when I was on getaway and when we were in Puerto Rico, when I got back on the ship that day, I went and got myself a cold brew at the Starbucks, which I had the drink package, so it was free, but I had to pay 48 cents tax on the cold brew. But just when we were in Puerto Rico, the rest of the cruise I didn't. So
right. And Anthony on the Move has a question. Do you think Baltimore cruise travel will be ongoing in the fall of 2025?
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, they'll have that bridge cleaned up probably. I think worst case maybe in May by time or whatever. It really is just going to depend on, how much trouble they run into doing it. Remember, they have to use cranes that are barge based. So, they could run into some trouble with that, but for certain, it'll be done, by the beginning of the summer for sure.
And also my opinion, my own opinion is nothing to do with the show or any of these guys here. I will agree with Scott. They are clearing that channel as soon as possible, at least to have one ship go through, because they need to open the port. They have to. There's a lot of the economy running on this. And there's a lot of jobs in Baltimore that are at jeopardy right now. So the sooner they open the bridge or the passage, they will do so. I feel they should do a tunnel now instead of another bridge. This way, all this will not be happening in any time in the future. Yep. How long would this tunnel will take? That's another thing. It could be a year to two to be drilled through it, the whole thing. But if they start working on it now, they're gonna get it clear. I will say by the end of the year, they could have something significant already done. And like Scott says, by this May, I mean, by next month, there should be everything clear. At least one passage, right? Even if it's one ship at a time, they'll do it because, like I said, there's a lot of jobs going really hard on these cruises. Remember, there's a lot of people now that they cannot make it. That you gotta go around. I don't know how much longer it takes you to go around through a different route, but to go to jobs and stuff like that, they need to get this going as soon as possible. That's why the Army of engineers are there to get that moving. Otherwise, if you get union people in there, forget it. They could take forever. But with the Army engineers, they're gonna move.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so like normally, like we're flying out of Baltimore. Normally we would just drive down because it's only just a little bit over an hour for us to drive to BWI from our home. But because of the increased traffic through the other end of the Beltway with the loss of the bridge, we're actually going down Friday night and staying in a hotel just so that we're closer to the airport, so that we don't have to deal with the increased traffic. We don't know if we'll run into increased traffic, but we just don't want to obviously take that chance. So we'll actually be heading down Friday night to stay. But the Port of Baltimore is a major. All ports are important, right? And all ports have their role in whatever it is that they're doing. But Baltimore is a particularly important and critical port. It's one of the oldest, one of the biggest. In fact, and it has a lot of workforce is there as well. I think the last time I read or whatever, the number of people who work in or around or somehow related to the port or dependent on the port, that is, it equates to $1 million a day in wages, right? So every time, so it's basically all those people combined make $1 million a day every day, and nobody's making anything while the port is closed. So it is a significant port. So, you know, I'm sure they will be trying to clear the bridge, but again, they don't know what they're going to run into. You know, they'll probably not have a whole lot of trouble doing it, but it's also very possible that it could run into a lot of things. And let's not forget this either. This is the most important thing. Remember, there is still likely and presumably missing bodies.
Yeah, 6 people.
People that have to be recovered from, you know, that are presumed to be somehow pinned down or you know, being somehow intermixed with the wreckage of the bridge. And, you know, and that is a completely different you know, scenario than just simply moving some mangled metal. So,
Yep.
And that war is very really murky.
yes, it's all, yeah. I mean, it's Patasco River. I mean, it's like any other, you know, kind of fresh northeast, you know, freshwater body of water. It's very murky, you know, and silty. And plus that river is itself is only about, in that area, is only about 50 feet deep, less than that in some other places or whatever. I don't think they'll probably build the bridge any higher than it had been, or if it is, not significantly higher. But I also do not believe that it is deep enough for a tunnel.
And this morning on the Today Show, it really goes with what Eddie was talking about, as well as Scott, and the question that was asked. They are, whatever it calls, cutting some of the debris down, and they have put floating buoys out there to open up a lane so some people can get through, like the emergency workers,
Right?
not the people that are bringing stuff in, you know, like the big barges or whatever.
Yeah, they're not.
But what they're doing is they're opening up one space so people can go through. And, you know, I've been getting my news from the Today Show too. And they're doing just like these two guys said, you know, they are working, and they're and that one man said, our main focus is opening up this passage so people can get,
Right.
you know.
And like Eddie said too, they will be concentrating on getting one, because there's 2 lanes. There was always 2 lanes there. They'll be concentrating on getting at least one open, so that they can get it, you know, get some flow of traffic as fast as possible, and then they'll work on the other side.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Together We Travel has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And don't forget this either. There are 22 crew members on that cargo ship that were expecting to be on their way to Sri Lanka.
Yep.
You know, and they're trapped on that boat now as well, you know, and aren't able, you know, to resume their journey either. So.
Right.
And Anthony on the Move says GoPort was mentioned recently. Just reporting, I had an outstanding services while in Orlando and Port Canaveral. I highly recommend.
Yeah, I've used GoPort many times, getting back and forth between usually just from Port Canaveral to the airport. I've never actually taken it from the airport to Port Canaveral, and I've never used they have an additional service where you can kind of book a hotel and transport together as well. I've never used that, but I have used them many, many times to get from Port Canaveral to MCO or Orlando International, and have had a really great, flawless experience every single time. You know, about the only thing that kind of annoys me a little bit is about how they want everybody to stay on the bus until they get all the luggage off. I get why, but after sitting on the bus for 45 minutes, I just want the hell off of there already.
Right.
So, but other than that, perfect. I agree. It is a good service, consistently good service.
And Scott has a question for today. Where should the next cruise line private island be?
I have lots of different ideas, but I would absolutely love to see a private island type destination. And I don't care what cruise line builds it in Puerto Rico.
Oh, I was saying the same thing. Oh my God.
Okay.
I said the same thing.
Hang on.
Cheryl's awake.
I know, right? She exploded.
But yes, because I was thinking the same thing. Why not Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Oh my God.
I mean, but dare I say, since we can't go to Cuba, are there any islands around Cuba that could, service a cruise port or whatever?
Key West.
And still have the same, no, right?
Key West is
Hey, I love it.
Vieques, the island after Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Vieques.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like Barcelona to have a private island, a private little resort place, Man, I would love it.
Mhm.
Just saying. I will forego. Listen, everybody in the chat. 9,000. I told you I would forego what? Eating.
She's already at that.
And feeding you all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feed you all for until we paid off the cruise.
Yep.
Y'all
You'd rather have them starve and die and before going to go enjoy $9,000 on a cruise? No.
So I don't know.
There you have it.
I said I would forego.
Good question. And yes, Anthony says I used it with the hotel. I know if we sail at a Port Canaveral, we are definitely going to use GoPort for sure.
Because we like the airport. I mean, the hotel we stayed at in Miami. We love it.
Yeah, we won't do Miami different.
The service was impeccable.
But GoPort, yeah, for Port Canaveral. But what I think GoPort needs to do is move out to other cities such as Miami and Tampa and all of these places in Florida. They could stay in Florida as far as I'm concerned. But, just open it up to more ports. I don't get it. Where's the expansion? Where's the company expansion gonna happen at all? It's it's a transportation service and a website that puts you at good prices for local hotels. The logistics is about as simple as a cab company. You provide the vehicles, you provide that, but then all it is like this way that customers and travel agents can search for the best price hotels near the airport. That just sounds like some coding that needs to happen. Plus get some more buses, boom, expand the company. It's very easy. But I don't know how their inner workings work. It's just it's an idea that they could use to not only make their business better, but things for us as cruisers better as well. GoPort is good, but they do not service all the ship itineraries. Traveling with Tinkerbell says. So maybe GoPort needs a little attention, little TLC, if you will. Maybe it's a little restructuring. Speaking of restructuring, I'm trying to restructure my brain around still having to wait 210 days. Hey, we're at an even number. I think I might post this cruise countdown in the group. What do you think, Eddie? While we talking about cruises and stuff, you want to count down in the group today?
Well, the thing is that October 28th.
Yes.
This year, not too far from here, we're gonna be jumping on the Carnival cruise, leaving out of Tampa, Florida, on our way to Key West, Montego Bay, and Grand Cayman. Yeah, on a 6-day cruise out of Tampa, Carnival Paradise. There's some cabins available still to be cruising with all of us. So go ahead and call Mr. Cruz at Bruce at Ocean to Ocean Travel and get your cabin going. Put your deposit down and pay up your cabin by July 31st. And then in October 27th or the 26th, come down to Tampa, hang out with all of us. I mean, all of us are going to be there mostly on Sunday. Me and Alice will be there Saturday, so we can meet everybody that's coming down for the cruise. Also, hopefully with there, I believe there's a truck stop or something near the port where we could be doing some meeting there together to, meet up and get some snacks or drinks or whatever you want to do while we are down there. Traveling with Tampa will be with us, Cruise Nuts, Ross from Orange Cone blog will be there also, James Catanese, a bunch of other people also, Captain Controversy, Mr. Scott from Controversy Cruising, his Junior Brady, his uncle and Ann will be there too. So it's going to be plenty of us to hang out. Hopefully Destination Fun will be meeting us there. Carnival Cruise Addicts will also be there hanging out with us to meet everyone. And it's going to be like a small meetup of all channels. And then we're also going to be celebrating Halloween and Jeremy's, Scott's, and Mike from Cruise Nuts' birthday. So bring your costumes. It's going to be fun. Check out this video.
Who's Cruise 2024. Hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios. Out of Tampa, Florida. Port of Calls, Key West, Florida. Grand Cayman Island, Montego Bay, Jamaica. Aboard the Carnival Paradise. Come join us for this great cruise, October 28th to November 3rd, 2024. Contact cruise@ocean2oceantravel.com.
I see Scott doing his mimic of the voice. It would be nice to have the video going and him in the little corner, like, somewhere in this little corner here, doing it too, like going.
Yeah. It's funny. Okay, Litter Family Fun says we're almost approaching the 200s, 327 until the icon. Okay, that makes me feel better. It really does. When it.
I would not go on the icon if it was free.
Oh my God!
There you go.
No. So I have this group, this Facebook group for a sailing this month. There was a person posted a video while on board the icon of how unruly the kids were. And they were literally like climbing on top of the video games in the arcade and everything. And just absolutely out of control. And a member of the group actually, as the admin, reported it to me and said, please remove this post. Not only did I not remove it, but I seriously considered banning that person from the group, because I just had this idea that person is the type of parent that allows their kids to do that. And it was hitting too close to home for them. So they wanted it, removed so that nobody had to see. And I'm just saying that's going to be indicative of that type of ship that is so focused on families and kids. And again, if you want to be in that environment, I have nothing against you. And I am not saying anything about anybody personally, but for me, there's no amount of money, no cheap fare that could get me to want to have to deal with the aggravation and the stress of dealing with those people for 7 days or more, not caring about how their behavior is affecting anybody else.
Yep.
There's just no way I would do it. You run into a serious possibility of that on any ship during any sailing, but it is kind of like tenfold on something like the Icon.
Yep. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts has made it in. Hola. How's it going?
And you see, I'm knitting.
Yes. She's still at it. This baby blanket is bigger than an adult human being right now. And me and the girls, we keep asking, how big is this baby supposed to be? It's like I don't know. It's a big blanket. It's beautiful though.
Sister.
So is it for the big sister, the originator, the OG?
Yeah.
Or is it for the little sister?
We'll talk about it.
Okay. Midlife Travel says we have 157 days until our 8-day cruise on the Carnival Dream, one of our favorite ships.
Oh, you're gonna love.
Yeah, I've never been on the Dream. Been on the Breeze,
the Dream.
Magic, never the Dream.
Love the Dream.
And go to this place. It's by the library. Walk through the library. If you just want to vlog something or whatever.
Yep.
Go through the library and just keep walking. And it is like the Ponderosa all over again. You think you're going to be in Ben Cartwright's living room.
Yep. Okay. Controversial Cruising says, hey, Cheryl, do you take orders? I'd love a crochet captain's hat for Thursdays and Fridays.
Oh, that would be cute. And let me tell you something. I'm going to have to get you on our show. And I keep saying that, but me and Tinkerbell just haven't got together yet. We have to get together and decide when, because we both go to church, or like you work on Sundays and we go to church on Sundays. And so we're having a conflict of things going on.
Yep. Cruising on the High Season Travel has a question for Eddie here. Will there be a secret cruiser on board? And, only you can answer this, Rob. Maybe you might want to let people in on your secret, and then we'll be able to more accurately answer this question. Otherwise, if everything is a secret, then it's a secret.
But he's going to also start talking to himself in the third person.
Oh, no, he already did it today. Leonard Family Fun says, we tend to go when kids should be in school. We see few kids when we cruise in February. Although we haven't been on the Icon yet, it's not on our radar for a second cruise. We got a good deal. Well, that'll work.
Well, listen, in my experience, that used to be the norm, right? You could go at certain times. Now it doesn't seem to matter when. People will pull their kids out in mass scale. Okay, pull their kids out of school no matter what. Now, certainly, the ships are more overrun with kids, like in the summer times and stuff like that, or whatever. But
we don't.
There still seems to be plenty of unruly kids and teenagers to go around, no matter when it is on the calendar.
Yep. And there is always Virgin Voyages available for the people who don't want to deal with kids on cruise ships. So
that's you.
I don't know that to be entirely true, because I like to bring one of my own.
Yeah. Well,
Miss Hannah.
She's not going to.
She's a perfect shipmate. I'm telling you. Yeah. Controversial Cruising says, yes, it is just let me know, Cheryl. It's Sundays, right?
Yes.
And Traveling with Tinkerbell says, I'm ready when you're ready. At the same time, she says, I won't be in town from April 6th to April 22nd.
Oh, my Jesus.
Right.
Okay.
So
I know it's hard for people to get to Galveston.
Yes.
But I can be dropped off and meet you anywhere. I just want to cruise. I'm just gonna sit in this chair until the booze cruise.
At one point, she had me looking up 4 days on the Breeze. We got that itch that needs to be scratched. We over here not cruising.
Oh, there is a cruise in June that goes and sits for 3 days somewhere.
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah,
in Bermuda.
We've been looking at Bermuda videos too. We really have.
Yep. All right. Well, let's see. I know that. Wait, hang on. Midlife Travel says, hey, panel, what advice can you give us concerning getting comfortable in front of the camera? We are both camera shy.
Oh, my goodness. Can I go first?
Do it.
Okay. Let me tell you.
Uh-oh. Hang on.
I am going to tell you how
Mouse is tripping.
I was very uncomfortable. Robin from Sea Leg Journeys pushed me out in front of a car. Well, not really pushed me in front of a car, but she pushed me in front of a camera, and she talked to me. She gave me that pep talk that women get. You can do it. Something like Tanisha, you can do it. Yay, yay, yay. Man, by the time I got through talking to Robin from Sea Leg Journeys, let me tell you, I had bought a cheerleading outfit and I was, yes, I can. Yes, I can. But it takes a minute, because for me, I did baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
I did 15 minutes. And I would look, we have a big clock on the wall. I would look at the clock to make sure I didn't go past that 15 minutes. But at 14 minutes, I was wrapping it up. And you can go back there and look at my videos back then. I was wrapping it up in 14 minutes. Gotta go. Thank you for coming in. Bye.
And also, since there are two of you, you can take comfort in knowing that you can feed off of one another. These two guys will let you know it's very hard to do a show by yourself because it's just you. There's nobody to feed off of except for the audience. So if the audience doesn't talk, it's like there's no back and forth banter, if you will, or conversation. It's just you and the camera. But there are two of you. And that is, you're already halfway there.
I even talked to Eddie, and Eddie gave me his background. Well, I used to be work at a TV station. Okay, that's not helping me.
Right.
I'm still scared. And then you had Scott. I would listen to Scott. I looked at. That's how we found out his video on Norfolk, because I was looking at Scott's thing, because it seemed like, well, Scott can talk too. And so I looked at my co-host, but Eddie was there and I talked to Eddie. But then Scott wasn't on board with us yet. He would drop in on Sundays from this exotic places and stuff. But I said, well, let me go check his videos out. And that's what we did. I checked all of his videos, so I probably was the one that pushed him up over the top with watch hours. But we watched his videos back to back. And his videos, if you ever go over there, if you haven't gone, I'm telling you to go. His videos are just like the ones that we watch. Trek Trendy, if you know him. He's one of these big people that got like 779 million subscribers. Scott's videos, I know, right? Scott's videos are like his, where it's more professional. Scott's videos are professional. And I would watch his and I said, but then we ran across the St. Martin and we ran across the Norfolk, and we kept watching it and comparing the two. On the Norfolk video, it showed another side of him. It showed the laughter, that type of person, because it kept you engaged, informative, but it was funny to me. Then you have his other videos that he's showing you all types of stuff in places that I hadn't been yet, but I'm going, whether it's yacht club by myself or not. But I'm telling you, look at videos to see what you want to look at. I mean, how you want to be. I'm gonna tell you another one. Controversial Cruising. He's good at knowing his niche. He likes to play games to get his audience in. Jimmy from Astute Tourist, he plays games. Now, Can't Stop Walking But Love More Than Cruising, he does a different thing. You'll notice this. He and Swoop, they're a truck driver. Swoop is a lady. They're truck drivers. They have a conversation with you about whatever they want to talk about as they're driving down the street. Everybody has something different. Now I ramble, I ramble, but I do look at my co-host before I got comfortable because I feed off of them. They don't feed off of me because they can all talk, but I feed off of them. You need a feeder. And Jeremy was quiet. His niche now is going through this chat thing, and that's not what interests me. I like to do other stuff. And then when like Mary Lou came in, I wanted to show her that, hey, look, I am knitting. I am a knitter. I'm not a crocheter, but I'm a knitter,
Yep.
But I look at everybody that's in this chat. I look at everybody. The people that are not up on the panel, I look at their thing. It's that this is what I do. I look at everybody.
And with your question, I would like to ask you an equally important question. Who is the one creator that inspires you the most to want to create?
And for me, it was the women. Antoinette at Fun, Robin. These are the people that I looked at to be comfortable. Those are the two women I can't think of. And then the new women, but Antoinette at Fun, Robin, because Robin could hold a whole show by herself, and all Chet had to do was squeeze the squeezies, but Robin could talk the whole time. And then they would write stuff down that they wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I started out doing that, and then I would forget where I put the paper. So that went out there. But I'm telling you, look at people, talk to people. Eddie will talk to you and tell you. Scott will talk to you, but he's got a busy schedule. But he will talk to you about being comfortable.
Yep.
I don't know.
And once you find that channel that inspires you, if you run over to Jeremy Sheryl Cruise Adventures, the first featured channel on our page is Passport Heavy. Eventually, I want our content to be there. Okay, that's where I want our content to be, that quality. Okay, please go check out the channel if you haven't done so already. It's a great channel. It's called Passport Heavy. Once you know where you're going, or who inspires you, or something like that to create, then that opens up your creativity to make you want to get to that level, if you will, and then go beyond it if you so dare. Like for instance, Passport Heavy, he has a team behind him of professional editors and professional music makers. They write the score for the vlogs, but it's nothing but travel vlogs. It's the same thing that we do.
He gets it free.
But I'm inspired by that. Also, another channel that inspires me as well is Travel with Nick. With Nick.
Young guy.
He's a young guy, but I mean, he's already got the professionalism down. The whole thing behind the content is to make it better. Do what you do, just be better each and every time you give the audience something. That way,
I looked at women.
It just makes you want to do better,
And I still look at women.
Mm-hmm.
I still look at.
But
women.
as far as comfortable in front of the camera doing a live setting like this, it might do you well to do a couple of face vlogs. Put them out there, see how the audience reacts. It's like they're going to start talking to you once they meet you at face to face, and then a lot of the reason why people hit the subscribe button is because they like you, not necessarily the content that you're putting out, but just you. So one thing I can say is, like always, be authentic. Be 100% authentic, because you cannot hide real. That's one thing you cannot hide, is real. And just be your real selves, and, it'll be good. And especially if you start feeding off of each other like her and I do, that's a lot of the reason why the people come back to watch the show. Good question. Thank you. And for a further discussion on that, you can get a hold of either her or I or anyone in the
Scott
panel.
or Eddie, because like Eddie,
we'll spend some time with you.
Eddie has that background.
Yeah,
and he said he told me his background, and because I asked Eddie straight out, I said, "How are you so comfortable?" And he went in and he told me, but I didn't ask Scott. I looked at Scott's work, and Scott's work was up there with the big guys.
And Anthony on the Move says 587 days until the seascape.
Oh, you're right. He's going to be on there with us.
That might not be us. I don't know that it's 587.
Look and see.
Yeah. The MSC for Me app is always available for that. Leonard Family Fun says, I'm flattered. Thanks, Cheryl. Made my day. And Traveling with Tinkerbell in answer to midlife travel says, don't overthink it. Just have a good time. Enjoy the journey. The first few lives will be hard, but you will start getting more comfortable. Have fun with it. And that is important to say here is you got to have fun. If it's not fun, it's not worth doing.
Yep.
Controversial Cruising says, Scott's videos are great. They just came out 17 years after he cruises. That'll work.
Yeah, but the ones he got out are good.
Yep.
And then you have other people like the captain. And then you have Cruise Nuts.
Yep.
Cruise Nuts don't even have to talk. All they have to do is just fly their drone or walk through.
Yep.
Captain Billy J, that's how I found out how tall he was. Because he walks through his video.
A complete walkthrough.
Yeah.
He goes all upstairs in the theater and everything.
Right.
It gives you a nice view of it. I love Captain Billy J's tours. Those are awesome. Very comprehensive.
Yeah.
And yeah, you crack me up. I love the different personalities on the panel. And that's what's so cool too. And here's another channel tag here, Taste Try Travel. I have this channel also. Yes. Taste Try Travel. Absolutely. 587 days on Will G's side also. All right. Speaking of creators and people that may or may not be comfortable on the camera, who is coming on for the remainder of the day? Eddie.
All right. Where'd I go? It's the list right here. Let me find that again.
It went somewhere.
Yep, it's right here. Okay, got it. All right, following us at 11 a.m. will be Chili's Cruises. 12 noonish sometime today will be Mayhem Miracles. 5 p.m. this afternoon, the Bot Files with a premiere. 7 p.m. tonight, Cruise Nuts with another premiere. 8 p.m. Have Luggage or Travel. They are canceled tonight. They won't be on tonight. They'll be back next Monday. But at 8:15 tonight Eastern, Keisha H will be with Meet and I. So check her out. Go over to Meet and I at 8:15, and Keisha is going to be part of that. So if you haven't seen Keisha on a live before, this is your chance. Check it out.
All right. That sounds like an excellent show. I know that they all just came off of Leo's birthday cruise. They got a lot to talk about on the Carnival Magic. So if y'all want to catch any one of those channels, I know they had a blast, to say the very least. And all righty, guys, we will go ahead and let you guys go for the day. Thank you so much for staying in to the very end. Believe me, it warms our hearts. It warms our hearts to know that you were here for this long, putting up with our daily shenanigans. We will see you back here again tomorrow morning. But in the meantime and in between time, thank you so much for coming in to enjoy the show. Y'all take care of each other and yourselves. Also, hit the like button on your way out. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And never, ever forget, we love you and good morning.
Bye.